day. Where were you? Where were you when the two brothers up by Stairfield in St. Ann? Yeah, one who held his baby. The baby was pulled from his arms, given to a policewoman who brought the child down the hill, put at another house on the floor to sit down, and she brought diapers and feeding to put beside the baby, while her colleagues pushed the two brothers back into the house and murdered them. The same police them, then they on internet with Badman song a play in a background. Where were you?
Guys, have you ever asked yourself why some police shooting becomes national news while many others seem to disappear without anyone being held accountable? So guys, today we are talking about something that has sparked a powerful conversation across Jamaica. A viral video by a Jamaican citizen named Marvin has captured the attention of thousands of people because he spoke openly about something that many Jamaicans have been feeling for years. Have you ever wondered why some police shooting become national news while many others seem to disappear without anyone being held accountable? So guys, let's watch this video, then I'll be back with a lot of comments later.
So meet Mark Shields. Mark Shields came to Jamaica in 2003 as an expert police officer and was given the title of Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime and stuff in Jamaica. And we welcomed Scotland Yard at the time. Now, Mark Shields has been in retirement for a number of years. And I want to ask Mark Shields, what made you come out to pretty much give a comment on the fatal shooting of Latoya Bulgin, aka Buju? What pulled you out of the corners you were possibly in? I don't know who is pulling you out of retirement to have you now be commenting on this. You are in no position whatsoever, Mark Shields. With all due respect, you are in no. I don't have any problems with you, you know. I have a problem with the fact that most of you who have served the Jamaican people or is serving the Jamaican people, you are very selective. Very selective. If Buju's murder was not caught on closed circuit cameras, where we saw for ourselves the wheel of the vehicle turned away from the police and just a fatal shot, and how she was dragged like a piece of dead meat from her vehicle and thrown into the bed of an open police pickup on tires, hard floor. I understand that she even fell out of the van. Her corpse fell out of the van down by the police station before it could have even reach hospital. Yeah? This is not different from the 311 Jamaican men who were slaughtered by the police officers of 2025. As a matter of fact, Mark Shields, let me remind you of a case that was also caught on cameras, or maybe not the JCF cameras, but because it was his house camera. Yeah? The young man from Cherry Tree Lane in 2025, where 24 police officers, 24, were on the scene. He came down, as was captured on the closed circuit camera. He came down, opened the door to 24 police officers. Yeah, we were seen with his hands. We saw where his hands were up in the air. Yeah, they moved him out of the way and they went inside the house. They tried to damage cameras that they saw, and they didn't know that the feed of the camera was being stored on his relative's device, and that is why we got a hold of that video. Where were you, Mark Shields, when you heard that that same young man was brought back into the house and three bullets were placed in him? Where were you? Huh? What about Teacup up by Cheesefield in Linstead? Teacup, where more than 30 police officers came to the house. They went upstairs, knocked on his door. He came out, answered the door. They brought him to the back of a room upstairs. And they came with a report that he was feeling for a gun underneath a barrel. And they put 3 gunshots into him. Where were you, Mark Shields? I'm asking you. And I'm honestly asking, where were you? It would be nice if you could respond to this video to the Jamaican people to tell us, where were you, former deputy commissioner of police? And you're telling us to await the findings of the probe into the Granville fatal shooting? I see some little nasty, dirty Jamaicans sharing pictures, previous pictures with the young lady, or she have gun in the US and she stuff. The entire country needs to have a firearm. The entire country. Licensed firearm. Why should Mark Shields go home with a gun to defend him and his family? Why should Andrew Holness go home with a gun to defend him and his family? Why should every politician go home with a gun to defend him and his family? Why? Why? At what point will we realize, that it is time for Jamaicans to have the same rights as politicians and high-class people like you, Mark Shields? Why should we await? Why is it we are the ones who are always waiting for probe, waiting for increase in salary, waiting for people to actually treat us like human beings? Why? Wamek, Mark Shields, where were you when the 4-year-old in a Granville was murdered by the hands of security force? Where were you? Where were you when the 17-year-old who is a cousin of the deceased Buju, the same young lady, the 17-year-old who was murdered on Mother's Day? Where were you? Where were you when the 2 brothers up by Stairfield in St. Ann, one who held his baby, the baby was pulled from his arms, given to a policewoman who brought the child down the hill, put at another house on the floor to sit down, and she brought diapers and feeding to put beside the baby, while her colleagues pushed the 2 brothers back into the house and murdered them. The same police them, then they on internet with Badman song a play in a them in a background. Where were you? Because let me tell you this in a Mark Shields. Let me Marvin Edgar tell you this. You think Scotland Yard was effective? You were never effective. None of them were effective. None of them were effective because the so-called bureaucracy and hypocrisy that you people had in displaying justice in Jamaica, me, Marvin Edgar, I'm about to fix that shit. So all of you who have international connections where we not have outside people who are benefiting from the murders of my brothers and sisters, that shit stops today. That shit stops today. Watch how many, every single police officer, you Mark Shields will be saying, every single police officer who has murdered the Jamaican citizens needs to be freaking arrested now and be charged for murder and be hung. At that we want. You come pretty it up. I do not support criminals. And if she was a criminal, arrest her the right way and bring her to the courts and let the courts be the judge. We don't have police officers being the friggin' judge and execution. Where were you, Mark Shields, to have asked the Jamaican government to come to the front of the friggin' line? Why didn't you, with your international connections, Mark Shields, why did you not write to the United Council? Why did you not write to them and tell them that Jamaica Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police down at Jamaica and murder people them? Why didn't you come out and speak when Andrew Holness said they should meet their judge or their maker? Where were you when the friggin' commissioner, the Minister of National Security came out just recently to say that body cameras are not supposed to be worn when confronting criminals? Where were you? We paid you millions, on top of millions of dollars. Mark Shields, you benefited from the backs of poor Jamaican people. Hard-earned taxpaying money. Where were you? Why is it everybody is now talking about Buju? What about the other 140 murders from the start of this year? What about the 311 last year? Where were you? Where were you? All of a sudden, everybody, you care about the Jamaican people? Oh my God, this death reached you because what? It's a female that died? We feel Buju death. We feel it. And it was friggin' wrong. And we want justice for Buju. But we also want justice for the over 2,000 Jamaicans that go missing per year. We want justice for all the women who are being chopped and shot and stabbed by their lovers in Jamaica, where domestic violence, Jamaica is now rated second in the world for violent crimes against women. Where were you? Where were you? Hmm? Where were you? Where were you when you hear say how much trillions of dollars is stolen by the government? Where were you when Andrew Holness placed a gag order, a gag order on the country and the parliament that we cannot know who the 12 criminals are? Where were you to speak up, to say this is wrong? Why didn't you write to the Privy Council on our behalf, saying that we have made you enjoy life in Jamaica and live posh life? Where were you? Where were you? I'm going to say this to all of you who are coming and pretending like you care about us. Go back into your holes. Crawl back up in and hole them when I come from. Marvin got this. Me and my team, we got this. We got this shit. And I mean no disrespect. I'm simply telling you as though I believe you need to hear it. Have a great day. Have a great day, Mark Shields. Have a friggin' great day. You and all of the dirty hypocrites who finally wants human rights. Who finally wants human rights. We will defend our thing. We're going to block the roads, we're going to shut down the banks, and we're ready. We're friggin' ready. It's time for Jamaican to wake up. We're ready.
The most heinous crime a human being could have ever commit, would have hear everything about the case. But you come tell us an active investigation a take place. So we, the people them, because we're poor and we pauperize. Who are you guys for want to come and know about these things? Unless we're rich and we run the country. Like basically, you are tell Marvin saying to shut up. Because somebody send you no Mark Shield. Somebody send you out because them know say we got our eyes on them. So somebody send you out at the end of the day because you're still an agent of the state. Somebody send you out.
No disrespect to your Mark Shield, you see, but you all Jamaica stand with Marvin right now. None of you can hurt Marvin and we need justice. You have over 500 unsolved crime in Jamaica where police then kill off people, innocent pitney, and see them escape in the nearby bushes and a shootout, armed and dangerous. Mark Shield, let me tell you this, from your youth, me know you. You left your force about 2009. At the end of the day, the system of Jamaica corrupt and they fuck up, and you yourself know say corruption around Jamaica. And at the end of the day, you see, as long as a black youth, especially a ghetto youth, will have knowledge, a speak it truth, and Marvin, let me tell you that your voice being heard, your voice being touching all over the place, and enough people stand with you. As a black youth, and as a ghetto youth like you, Marvin, you speak the truth and you stand up for your ghetto youth, them, and you stand up for your country, you fight for your country like when Marcus Mosiah Garvey them do. Nani after Maroon and Paul Bogle, them don't like it. Shamshot, them fight for your country. Them don't like it. Mark Shield need to go sit down at the end of the day because you know say the system of Jamaica corrupt. And our Prime Minister now do nothing but tell the police we kill off innocent youth them and make them go meet them maker. Why when them catch innocent, why when they catch you them they never make them go to prison time? Why when they catch you them have to shoot you them and say they escape in the nearby bushes? Mark Shield, fear time, up fear time, expire like spoiled milk. You need to go sit down at the end of the day. All Jamaica stand up with Marvin. Marvin, let me tell you this, you're not alone at the end of the day. Continue the way you do. Your voice being heard, and enough of them know why your voice being heard. Because at the end of the day, you'll be one of the boldest and one of the bravest and stand up with us as a ghetto youth. You see it, we need justice because the police them get out of hand and Mark Shield know what go on. They know say the Babylon system of Jamaica is a corruption. So stop come with your proper English and your standard English like you can't trick nobody up on this. Youth them grow up in one youth, then smart promises are comfort to a fool. From we are juvenile team now, every empty promise we get. So at the end of the day, our technology run this shit now. You see, we don't have to report to no Prime Minister or nobody right now. We just click with social media, and everybody have a social media platform, them just go make them voice heard. Go sit down, Mark.
Guys, I hope you have seen that video, and from my point of view is that this is not just about one person or one incident. It is about trust. This is about justice and whether every Jamaican is treated equally under the law. Marvin direct his message to the former Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mark Shield, after the fatal police shooting in Loyata. In his message, Marvin questioned why some cases receive public attention for influential people while many other families who have lost loved ones during police operation are rarely acknowledged. So Marvin was very simple. If justice matters, then it should matter for everyone, not just for cases that attract media attention. You all know that a lot of cases have been happening in different countries, but we have seen a lot of people also trying to look for justice. We have been seeing a lot of people coming out, pointing out the government that they should be accountable for what is happening in the country. So we have been seeing also a lot of people volunteering and giving out their grievances to the government. So that message touched a nerve because many Jamaicans believe there have been numerous incidents over the years where people died during encounters with the police, yet their families never received clear answers or justice. So Marvin also he spoke about the pain carried by ordinary citizens. He argued that behind every headline is a family left with questions, grief, and frustrations. According to him, many people have lost confidence in the justice because they feel investigation often take too long or never lead to a meaningful accountability. Because what I know is that you cannot just argue with the government. You know, most of the things they only disappear. You saw something happens, then you keep on questioning, but at the end of the day you will not get clear answers from the government because the government has its own way of operating. And you have seen a lot of people getting out of the streets demonstrating, seeking for accountability from the government and also justice. Whether people agree with every point Marvin made or not, his message reflects concern that many citizens have expressed for years. One of the biggest issue raised in the video is police accountability. Every country needs a police force to protect its citizen. Of course, which country doesn't have a police? Police are there to enforce laws and also to protect the citizens and also to maintain the order. The police are the one who should fight the crimes that are in the country. So, police officers should perform a difficult and dangerous work every day, and many serve their communities with courage and professionalism. We have been seeing a police from different countries working very hard. At the same time, when an officer is accused of using excessive force or acting outside the law, there must be an independent and transparent investigation. So, guys, accountability is important because it protects both the public and the honest police officers. Marvin says that justice should never depend on on a person, his social status, or political connection, or public influence. Every life should have equal value, and every family deserves the truth because we as citizens we are equal. Nobody is above the law, and therefore the law should be protected and should be followed. So, another reason this story has spread quickly is the power of social media. Years ago, there were many local stories that might have reached a national audience. Today, one emotional and honest video can be shared thousands of times within hours because you know how nowadays technology really develops day by day. So even you see, we have this Facebook, we have TikTok. Nowadays, you can just get any news you want from TikTok because that app is really spreading a lot of news very quickly. You have been seeing. Also, social media has become a platform where ordinary people can raise concerns. They can challenge authorities. We have been seeing that and demand answers from the government and the people who should be accountable for what has been happening in the country, maybe. So that does not mean every claim online is automatically true. Facts still matter and investigation should be based on evidence because some of the people use these social media platforms to share even false information. Not all information that is shared online is true, but social media has made it much harder for important conversation to be ignored. So the viral response to Marvin's video shows that many Jamaicans are not only discussing one shooting, they're talking about much bigger issues, whether the justice system is fair, transparent, and trusted by the people it serves. The discussion in this video helps us or reminds us that rebuilding trust is not easy. Trust grows when investigations are throughout, when findings are made public, and when everyone is treated equally before the law, many people believe greater transparency could help reduce tension between citizen and law enforcement. When the public sees the allegations are investigated fairly and independently, confidence in the justice system can improve. So, this video is not about being against the police. It's about supporting a system where good officers are respected, misconduct is addressed, and every citizen knows their rights will be protected. At the end of the day, Jamaica deserves both public safety and justice. These two goals should never be seen as opposites. A strong society needs effective law enforcement, but it also needs accountability, fairness, and a respect for human rights. So Marvin, his message has become more than a viral video. It has become a reflection of the frustrations, hopes, and demand of many ordinary Jamaicans who want a justice system that works equally for everyone. Now, I would like to know from you, do you think social media is helping bring accountability to important issue, or do you believe this conversation should be left entirely to the courts and official investigation? So, guys, share your thoughts in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching this video out. Until the next one. And also remember, if you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscription button and also comment, like, and share the video.